Lawmakers heard several bills tackling reproductive rights today. Michael Anthony reports.
A bipartisan effort led by mostly female lawmakers to protect women's rights to contraceptives and fertility treatments like IVF was introduced to the House Human Services Committee. If passed, House Bill 1477 would make it illegal for any state or local entity to restrict access to fertility treatments. This includes things such as in vitro fertilization and donation of eggs. Several mothers testified to the committee how beneficial IVF is and how necessary it is to provide protections against possible bans.
We were fortunate to have a successful IVF cycle and have welcomed our second daughter this past November. She is everything we have dreamed of and more. However, I can't help but feel deeply concerned for the future.
While there was no testimony in opposition, some committee members brought up questions pertaining to whether political subdivisions were even trying to ban it, as well as concerns over discarding and freezing embryos.
My concern is if there was a situation where people were trying to do sex selection or whatever the genetic goals they were looking for, and we would not be able to say that that is unlawful then if this passes.
Meanwhile, House Bill 1478 protects the right of individuals and medical providers to use contraceptives. It states that abortion-causing drugs are not included in this. Supporters argue the government should stay out of these issues and that having access to contraceptives would be beneficial in lowering abortion rates.
And has previously passed legislation trying to ban nearly all abortions. Protecting an individual's ability to decide whether or not to become pregnant is critical.
There was no testimony against the bill, but Devils Lake Representative Kathy Freilich questioned if other medical devices and treatments received any legislative protections like this would. The House Human Services Committee will give their recommendation on these bills later in the future, with the full House deciding later. Other bills look to add infertility diagnosis and fertility treatment coverage to ND-PERS. That's the North Dakota Public Employee Retirement System. At the Capitol, I'm Michael Anthony, reporting for your news leader.